Hi, it's Adrian from ISMA Control. Our control point panels can not only display real-time temperature, humidity and CO2 levels, but also custom values like pressure in the clean rooms. In this video, we'll go through the customization possibilities of the control point. Let's get started. Thanks to the support of BACnet and Modbus protocols, the control point can be configured directly from controllers like Rack18IP or VAV14IP, but it is also perfectly supported by Niagara controllers like Mac36 or JACE. In this video, we will focus on the configuration using BACnet protocol. Our room operating unit can signal statuses to building users using a set of custom icons that are fully configurable from the BMS system. The control point can signalize heating, cooling, recirculation, or for example, eco mode. Let's have a look how to trigger icons on the display on demand. Control point allows to activate specific icons remotely, simply by sending the appropriate values from the controller. I'm going to demonstrate how to activate the eco mode indicator, which can be used in LEED certified buildings to highlight energy efficient operation without compromising occupant comfort. The configuration is done through the BACnet LCD icon display eco object. Information can be found in the product documentation. The change is simple and requires setting the Boolean value to true. The change is immediately visible on the device screen. Eco mode is enabled. Okay, now let's go a little further. Control point allows you to add additional view to the main display cycle. We can use this feature to show, for example, the external temperature or the pressure difference between the rooms in the hospital, where infection control is required. In such buildings, we must maintain either negative or positive pressure in certain rooms. Now, let's configure the control point and add the view that will display the pressure. This time, let's use the main menu numeric 1 object, which applies to the view in the main screen room. Using the properties of this bug, we can also specify the unit, name and accuracy. Finally, using the out of service property, I enable the display of this view. Now, let's look at the control point panel. As you can see, the panel is displaying an additional view with pressure. Using a few parameters, we can create additional views, increasing the capabilities of the panel. Next, I will show how to create a custom view in the additional menu. This is very useful when we want to extend panel's capabilities and give users direct control. Using this functionality, we can create additional control views to control blinds, lights, or activate or deactivate selected automation functions like eco mode. For this example, I will create a simple view for controlling a light. To do this, let's use the BACnet Light Boolean 1 object, which allows to display and edit binary values in the light menu. This time, simply enable displaying of this value using the out of service properties and add a name in the description properties. Everything is ready. By holding down the File button, I can access an additional menu and use the plus and minus buttons to change the light state. This value is available as a value of the Light Boolean 1 object. Now you know how control point can be customized by activating icons, adding extra views, and creating custom control pages. These functionalities let you adapt the panel to many different applications. If you haven't seen the previous video yet, be sure to check it out. We covered the most important features of control point, configuration methods, and real-life applications. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.